We want to bring you more on some breaking news this morning, and that of Oscar-winning actor Robert Duvall, who's died at the age of 95. He starred in some of the biggest films, including The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, where he delivered one of the most famous lines in movie history.
You smell that? Napalm, son! Nothing else in the world smells like that! Come on, move. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Yes, it has echoed down the generations, and for more on this, we're joined by our resident film critic, Zak Hepburn. Zak, how's he going to be remembered?
Well, I think, James, he's going to be remembered as one of the most proficient actors of any generation. He had such a quiet, commanding presence on screen, particularly in roles such as The Godfather, where he first worked with Francis Ford Coppola, on to then, of course, working for that iconic scene in Apocalypse Now. But The Godfather really did launch him on the international stage. He had a very early appearance in To Kill a Mockingbird, which obviously, as a classically trained actor, he had a lot of theatrical performances as well. But really, his work in the 1970s, from The Godfather through to Apocalypse Now, through to, of course, Network, which is celebrating a anniversary this year. Just tremendous sense of control. You know, he didn't do a lot on screen, but the mannerisms, the eye movements, the quiet cool of Robert Duvall, I think, was something that very few actors managed to get. He won an Oscar for his role in Tender Mercy slightly later in his career, nominated for a host of awards. That was a film directed by Bruce Beresford, looking at Duvall playing an ageing country singer who was trying to get his life back on the line. But again, the nuance, the depth of naturalism that he brought to each role, felt that you were just literally sitting across from someone having a conversation with him. There was such a sense of naturalism to his work. He also went on to be nominated for his work in The Judge, film that was released in 2014, much later in his career, working alongside Robert Downey Jr. Wasn't working very frequently of late, had sort of taken a back seat in more of his twilight years, but again, spoken with such a reverence from other performers. You can see a host of tributes on social media from some of his co-stars this morning, particularly, of course, Francis Ford Coppola, his iconic director. He will be missed, and I think, you know, we are losing a lot of our classical Hollywood stars. Robert Redford, Diane Keaton, of course, Gene Hackman. Robert Duvall was very much part of that era of performer and actor. A real loss to the industry, but, you know, such an incredible body of work to celebrate. And I'll certainly be watching a Robert Duvall triple feature this weekend, I think.